Hello, my name is Jose Jerez, and welcome to my TED Talk. Welcome to TED's Talk. Welcome to J. Picture this. You wake up as a kid and turn on the TV before going to school. The commercials of your favorite shows and amazing new toys look like the gadgets of the future today. Your imagination goes wild as you picture yourself playing with these new toys, and off to school you go, only to see that some of your friends already have the toys and let you play with them. Oh, how wonderful. Now you can't wait to ask your parents to buy you them as well. With love in their hearts, mom and dad take you to the store for a purchase. And what a purchase it was. Little Timmy couldn't be happier with what he bought. Life is great, you think. As you enjoy, your brain begins the building of memories in your subconscious. Nostalgia. Everything seems so simple as a child. Your biggest worry was what color to wear to school, and if you remember to do your homework. Now, fast forward to today, and what great strides we must be making in entertainment. Oh, we're just remaking everything from when my parents were kids? Well, this must be because we lack originality. Actually, there's plenty of original forms of entertainment, and I'm gonna break your heart, children are enjoying them. They're enjoying today's marvels while you're stuck in the past. You ever play Roblox? It's actually pretty fun. Monkey Tag or Squid Games, exactly, you're an old person now. There's no going back, and marketing teams know that you can't possibly fathom anything new. So they just remake what you already know. Put your diaper on, Grandpa, because you're about to shit your pants at my revelations. Do you remember the adults who played in arcades? Those video game stores that had machines that could only play one game per machine? Yeah, they were stupid good at that game and nothing else. Balding, bright neon, didn't really take care of their hygiene. Well, they still exist, except they complain that every Call of Duty is the same or every Disney movie is the same. Yeah, it's you. And don't worry if you grew up with Fortnite, it's coming for you too, a lot faster than you realize. But Jose, how can I escape the passage of time? I don't wish to grow old. I want to stay young forever like Peter Pan. Well, Wendy, I can teach you, but you have to mail me a gram of gold, okay? Anyways, it's too late. You should have made that decision before you were born. So let's talk about it. What are kids into nowadays? Why is everything seemingly stalling out? And what's next? Kids these days watch terrible media that's awful for their brains, and it'll lead to a dumber generation, like South Park. Wait, only old people watch South Park. But when I was a kid, that's what I watched. Oh, Wendy, your saggy wrinkles are showing again. Growing up, I watched great content that enthralled my young mind to become more intelligent, like YouTube Poop, or Sanity's Not Included, or Epic Fail compilations, or the Iraq War. Nothing like today's bright colors and adult role-playing for children to watch. Why can't kids like what I liked as a kid? Well, it's because you liked it. When I was a kid, my mom loved watching soap operas, and guess what? I thought that was lame. So as a child with no perception of what's deemed good art, I looked for something as different as possible.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I don't fit in, and I don't want to fit in. Have you ever seen me without this stupid hat on? That's weird.
And I'm sure kids nowadays are doing that as well. My little brothers have their own version of what they find entertaining on YouTube, vastly distinct from one another. Me, I like cool shit. My little brothers like lame little kid stuff. I try watching what my youngest brother watches, and I can't help but want to chuck a chair at that goddamn hellbox I call a TV. My favorite one is an obviously older woman making her voice as high-pitched and kawaii as possible in order to give off an innocent appearance. I think it's a woman, but it could be like that one bald-headed YouTuber who turned out not to be a kawaii cute girl. The biggest thing I see is that these YouTubers are creating stories that are terrible. Well, to anyone that's heard a good story. But to kids, they're amazing. I know you were there when the wall fell in Germany, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt of knowing what a good story does. It gives you the ability to experience an emotion that you otherwise wouldn't be able to. Not because you can't, but because you haven't had yet the stimulus. All right, Wendy? And I don't know what losing a parent feels like, but stories about that concept allow me to fear that moment with every bone in my body. So I have that to look forward to. Anyway, these new YouTubers are aware that there is a market out there, and they have no shame in their attempt to cater to it. Again, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it. The thought process of these people lines up pretty well with that of a 5-year-old's, hence future nostalgia. So pipe down, Wendy. Children don't want to watch your boring old people videos that were shot in 720p. It's 8K Roblox or nothing. Children are simply exploring the technology that is presented to them and is often all they know. But a caveat of this is they aren't learning anything in real life, like not learning how to entertain themselves. No more playing dress up with your sisters because dress to impress exists. No more tag in the park or picking up a guitar and learning how to shred. They only see these as perfect versions of themselves and expect results like what they find on the internet in minutes, not years. Steroids for muscle building, AI for music and photos, hell, even their research papers. Creating is seen as a finished product and not a process. And they're not the only ones. But if kids are enjoying these things, then why does everything else seem so stagnant? Well, it's because you're cooked. That's why. You're so used to seeing new things too that you've become accustomed to the internet's speed of creating new things. Slow down, Wendy. Your life might be flashing before your eyes, but you're not dying yet. You still have time. Back in your day, when the dinosaurs roamed, humans were tired of cracking coconuts open with their skulls, so they invented the internet, I think. But ever since then, it's been nothing. Nothing for you, Wendy. You don't specialize in anything. You don't care to keep up with these things. That's why nothing is new to you. I mean, did you hear that they just announced the finalists for the International Heifetz competition for violinists? Yeah, things are happening. I don't know if they're good, but I digress. The internet has perfected you. Yes, you old hag. It tries to show you what you like to watch and assumes the type of person you are based on this. It's like a snapshot of your life. Your opinions and concerns of the moment are encapsulated within the person that the internet sees you as. Spending more time on the internet can change these opinions and shape you in a different way, but I don't think it's nearly as fast as real-world events. In a big picture sense, your nostalgia is a view into the moments of your life that were different, not better. You experience things through a screen now, which is why it's no different than before. You experienced things through a screen back in the day too. You haven't changed, so that's why your feed hasn't changed. The world is progressing, but it's also leaving you behind. And you don't realize that because the internet isn't interested in you realizing that. It is interested in keeping you on it. It's the clingy boyfriend that won't let you leave. As people get older, like you, Wendy, they tend to build habits that are nearly ingrained into their lives. So it becomes harder to quote-unquote learn new things, or so people say. I don't believe it's any harder to learn when you get older. I just think people don't do it as often. As a child, your parents didn't understand any of your hobbies, but that didn't stop you from learning about them anyway. Today, a quarter of your time is being dedicated to labor and another quarter to rest. Half of your time, not to mention eating or chores, and that's still kind of bleak. I can see why you reminisce, and reminisce you will. I often hear the things that old people miss, and it's never their cars or what they had or didn't. It's usually about themselves. The way I've heard it is like this. What I wouldn't give to walk as fast as I used to, or I miss when my hands didn't hurt while playing the piano. They almost never say they wish they ran a marathon faster than anybody else, or were able to play more strenuous pieces of music. They enjoyed what they did, not the output of it. And I have a personal fear that people will only one day say, I wish my hands could scroll faster on TikTok. I don't enjoy the act of scrolling the same way no one does. We've been trained to enjoy the output. But what can I do? It's not like I can just abandon my life and dedicate myself to a hobby. And you're right, don't. At least not if you don't have to, it's okay. Time moves slowly, and that's alright. The internet solution is usually something like, want it more, enjoy your life and value every minute of it. Which is true, but I think it's easier said than done. I think that a reason behind the nostalgia is that there used to be days upon days in your life that you built up anticipation. 1, 2, 3, and then suddenly life happened. Much quicker than you remember. Then what were you left with? Nothing. Nothing but time. Time to reflect on what happened. Time to really appreciate what the outcome of life was. Time to fully extract the essence of your life. And what I think you should do at this very moment is nothing. I hope you find boredom. I hope nothing interesting happens to you. If I wanted anything for you, it would be that you do the mundane. The mundane is the foundation of the extraordinary. The labor of doing some push-ups a day, or learning how to read, or even cleaning the house, is a million times more effective than looking up how to become X, Y, or Z. Why? Because you will naturally be drawn to activities that you like. Instead of forcing yourself to wake up at 4 in the morning and run 7 miles, maybe your niche is crocheting. Kind of boring, but in a good way. No matter the case, time is relative. When you enjoy what you're doing, even more. I have great hope